Good morning, my loves. Oh, man, what a wild couple weeks it's been. It's cold. We're having to do this on a Friday morning while we're working. There's a cat in Jacqueline's lap.
That's usual.
That is usual. But which one is it? Is that Scotty or is that McGonagall?
It's Scotty.
Okay, Scotty. I couldn't tell. Oh, there we go. Okay. All I saw were ears, and I was like, "Who are you? Who is that?" Oh my goodness. Well, welcome. Good morning to everyone watching on this frigid, cold Friday morning from East Texas. Man, guess what? Another double dub episode. Raise the roof.
Excited.
I know.
At the beginning of this conference, we were totally fine with doing double episodes because they were mostly losses.
Yeah.
Now it's just necessity that we have to double up, but
yeah,
much better to do 2 wins in an episode.
Oh, 100%. And yeah, it is necessity. It just makes sense too. It just in terms of like how the games roll, because it's like Saturdays and Mondays, and so it's just easier than having to like quickly do one on Sunday and then quickly do one on and Tuesdays are just no bueno for me anyway. So
when they were Wednesday, Saturday, or whatever, it was a lot easier. They were evenly spaced. We had more downtime, but the Saturday, Monday's quick turnaround.
It is a very quick turnaround. That is something I was going to bring up too when we talk about these two games specifically. But yeah, love the bumper music. Yes. I'm going to have to change the music after this season again, because for some reason, even though when I pulled it off of a free music website, it keeps telling me now that I no longer can use the music. And I'm like, well, I would love to get notified when the music is no longer free to use.
I guess that is your notification.
I guess so. But like before I get yelled at by, copyright notifications. Yeah, I'm like, email me. I downloaded it and it was for free then. Just email me and say, you can no longer use this music. Please remember. It is no longer free. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay. I'll take my grievances to a different section. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's just do a quick little update. What's been going on with you?
Oh gosh, not much besides just staying warm and staying inside. My mom stayed with me again this week, which has been the third week this winter. She has stayed with me during the week just because those of y'all who don't know, she works in Tyler during the week.
Yeah.
And my parents have a camper here, and so when it's 18 degrees, she's slightly concerned that the water line's gonna freeze and bust and just cause a complete disaster with the camper. So
that's fair.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's good. I'm just used to. I'm talking to the one person who knows. I'm used to living by myself, so it's different.
Used to living by myself. Yeah. No, I completely understand. Yeah, so same here, just trying to stay warm. It's been pretty chill this week at work, which do not take that as normalcy. And so I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop, which it will be dropping here the next week or two in terms of grading and having to kick things up into high gear. It was really busy the beginning of February with because we have to schedule a year in advance in terms of classes. And so we have to literally get the entire class schedule for the next entire school year done in a 2-week, 3-week period once classes start in January. And then we have a due date of Valentine's Day was our due date. So when the spring is rough for higher ed professionals in terms of we have class scheduling, budgeting, evaluations, observations. Spring is rough. So I'm very, very glad that past Alex decided to schedule all of her classes online so that future Alex and present Alex is less stressed.
Yeah, totally. My work has been busy as shit this week, but
yeah.
it's sort of like yours. Anyway, I was so busy on Monday. I didn't even eat dinner. I didn't even eat lunch. I ate dinner at like once the game started. I was like, I don't have time now to cook. I'm gonna have to order something. And my mom's like, I can't believe you're working that late. And I'm like, here's the thing. In my industry, it's all or nothing. It's like stuff doesn't happen spaced out. So either you're working till 6 p.m. or you're literally like cruising on maintenance mode, checking emails. So it evens out. Kyle McDonald says, on my way home from St. George after Utah Valley, an epic thriller and listening to my favorites, whose team is also red hot. Yay. I do have one random note I have to throw in there while we're on just random catch up. So this week, whenever my mom stayed with me, I had her watch this. Any of y'all who know me well, I'm a super true crime buff nerd. Anyway, one of my podcasts that I listen to that recaps different true crime docs. The mini doc series that they just covered. It was much lighter than the normal content. Like there was no murders or anything. But it's the one I told you to watch. You absolutely must watch it. And I told my mom, I was like, this week while you're staying here, we have to watch it. It's only 3 episodes. It's on Netflix. It's called Kings of Tupelo. And I told my mom verbatim, I said, I know I don't normally say this word in front of you, but the only way I can describe it to you is it is the fucking wildest thing you have ever seen in your entire life. Like it's the fucking wildest thing ever. I'm gonna read. This is literally the series overview. If this doesn't say enough, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
Small town feud, internet conspiracy, Elvis impersonator, black market organs, and president.
Hold on, it went out at the last minute there.
Say less.
It went out at the last minute there. You lost audio there at the last minute.
Small town feud, internet conspiracy, Elvis impersonator, black market organs, and presidential assassination attempt intertwine in Mississippi's jaw-dropping scandal.
Yeah. Okay. Gotta watch that.
Yeah. Okay. Gotta watch that.
I
didn't get that.
Oh.
Could you try again?
My stupid Siri voice thing thought I was trying to tell it something.
Okay.
I think that's what caused the audio blip. But if that doesn't tell you how old this shit is, you gotta watch it.
Okay. Yeah, gotta watch it. No, that sounds very Tiger King-esque, and I'm all down for that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, cool. So let's just hop right into basketball. Obviously, that's what a lot of you are here to listen to. Going back to Kyle McDonald's message, I'm so happy that Utah Valley is red hot. I saw that they had that epic thriller, and I was going to message you and definitely like fell asleep last night immediately after I came home from trivia. So I didn't, but here is my message to you now. Hell yeah, brother. That's all I got to say. Is that our team is on a hot streak at the right time. Thank God. And I'm so happy that your team, that UVU, is also doing well. So good stuff all around. And we miss you, Kyle. And absolutely, I think the main thing I hate about leaving the WAC is honestly just like leaving Kyle and all the people, because they were just so amazing and so welcoming and so nice. And I think that's my main. I know we're not in grievances yet, but I hate that the most, is that we won't see Kyle anymore, like every single year at the tournament. I think that's my main upset moment. Yeah. So yeah. But if we ever play a WAC team and Kyle wants to come down and visit, obviously, open arm invitation. I got a guest room.
Always open.
Always open. Okay. And yes, the Knack Nanny is watching. Hi, Mom. Okay, go ahead. Let's move it right into our first dub.
All right. So first game of this episode is from Saturday, February 15th.
We love you.
Love you too, Kyle.
Big fan.
Prather Coliseum, aka Prather Airplane Hangar.
Jacqueline was absolutely not looking forward to going back to this damn game.
I was not, but I will say it went much smoother than anticipated.
Yes. Not just the game itself, but just like our experience there was a lot less aggressive, I guess, Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And it was. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, for once, we didn't get like 35 questions on whether or not we're allowed to sit where we have tickets. And, we weren't bombarded by people like basically being rude and saying, well, why are you sitting here? You don't have tickets here for this area, but baby, we do. So that was much smoother. And we were very thankful that the ladies that were watching the courtside seat area were very, very sweet. So cheers to them.
Yeah, it couldn't have been more of a change, but I will point out last time, every person who approached us asking, like, was this our seats? None of those people were employees working to manage, like they weren't event staff. They were just fans or whatever being nosy. And this time the staff that we dealt with, they were, the ladies couldn't have been kinder. Like I made sure to get the paper printout of the ticket when I went to the bathroom, just in case. So when I came back in, I could show that I was supposed to be there. And the lady looked at it, and then she looked at me and she was like, "Oh, you already came in." And I was like, "Oh, I know. I just wanted to make sure that, you knew." And so it was like she would have just let me in, but I was just making sure everybody
knew.
I
printed the tickets. Like, this is the main reason why I printed the tickets. I was going to be like, unfold it and be like, here it is, baby. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
So,
and a couple other notes from the game. The Southland Conference commissioner was there, Chris, which I need to message him and tell him to post our pictures, because we talked for a little while and then we took selfies and we took pictures with him. So I need him to either send me the picture or he needs to post it. So one or the other. So I might message him again. I didn't know he was going to be there. And then literally we walked in and I saw him across the court and I texted him and I said, "Hey, Chris, it's your favorite podcast girls across the way." And Jacqueline hadn't met him yet. And so I wanted him to come over so that she could meet him. And then also just so that we could like catch up and chit chat, because he also promised to come on the podcast. So we'll have to get him on here at some point soon. But obviously he's super busy right now with basketball and all the other things happening. He was like giving us a rundown of his like next week or so. And I was like, that's
definitely.
Travel. Yeah.
And that was another reason why I was confident that the day was going to go much more smoothly than last time, because I was like, I mean, we have the conference commissioner here. If there's even a hint of trouble, like I'm beelining straight for him and it's getting handled. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Agreed. Yeah. But yeah, also of note before we start too, it was also the dedication of the court to their longtime coach. Well, now I'm blanking on his name. Mike
Conte. I can't pronounce his last name. So
Mike McConaughey, right? Anyway, so I think it's hilarious that there were tons of people there, tons and tons of people there outside in like the little area where they were having the reception and all the things. And then we go inside and it's like, it's pretty well attended, but I think it's hilarious that they kept saying that the lower bowl was sold out. Baby, there's only one bowl. There's the lower bowl insinuates that there are multiple bowls. Babe, there is one bowl, and I will tell you that it wasn't sold out. There were plenty of seats available. So I need that to be nipped in the bud there. But it was heavily attended, and a lot of the people that were there because of Mike. And we handed them an L on the court dedication ceremony night, which I also think is funny. So anyway, that's my my 2 cents into this first half of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Saturday, February 15th at Northwestern, like we said, going in. DDT says he needs to have the SLC website update the Commissioner's Cup.
All right. Well, I'll look into that. Continue.
Add that to the notes. Going into this game, our matchup history, Kyle, there's not even a ball at Northwestern State. It's two sides. Oh, well. Correct. It is actual competition on each sideline, and then on the baseline of the court that's in the middle of the airplane hangar, they have pulled out bleachers. That's the student section, because then on the other side is the practice court.
Yeah, I was being nice by calling it a bowl. Yeah, it's just two sides. Yeah.
All right. So going into this game with Northwestern, our matchup history was 41 wins and 36 losses, fairly even. Last matchup we had at home was overtime. We lost 57-54. Largest margin of victory was 97-50 in 2018, and the smallest margin of victory was, we've talked about it a million times, the iconic 64-63 win in 2013. That was a fun one. All right, game notes. We had, I guess for kind of background of the game also. So this game, we, courtesy of Laura McKinney, got to sit courtside. So that was fun.
Yes, thank you again, Laura. You did not have to do that, and I'm still upset at you for doing that. But we do owe her for sure. And she'll fight me on it and say that she did owe us. And I will continue to fight back and say, no, you did not, that it was not necessary. But yeah, anyway, let's see. Jax won by 20 last year when I went out there for the game. Yeah, I know. What the heck, Kyle? Maybe you should come to every game we play there.
Maybe.
Yeah. But that's what the announcers called it, a bowl. Well,
they're wrong.
It ain't a bowl. Okay.
All right, so general game notes for starters, we had Keon, Matt, CC, Miles, and Jelani. We did win 70-68. The attendance that they recorded was 1,997. There were, I don't know if there were that many people in the airplane hangar sitting by the court, but there were definitely that many people in the building eating whatever delicious smelling food they were cooking. And I will say, most of their fans are very kind. We just happened to come in contact with like the few worst the last game. Because as we were leaving, so people were some of their fans were standing out in that little area where they had the food, and they offered to make us some to-go plates to take. So
that is true. They did offer us a bowl of, what was that, gumbo or red beans and rice or something? I don't know.
Don't know what it was, but it smelled delightful.
It did. And so that was really nice of them. But yeah.
Very nice. Anyway. All right. Sean Kennedy's stat section. Our field goal percentage was 47.4, 3-point percentage, 30.4, free throws, 69.2%. We had 38 points in the paint, 14 points off turnovers, 6 second chance points, 13 fast break points, 14 bench points, a total of 36 rebounds, 9 offensive and 27 defensive, only 9 fouls, 11 turnovers. They had 9 turnovers. We had 7 steals and 4 blocks. Our game leaders, we had Matthew Elizabeth leading the way with 25 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Something in every category. We were not surprised because Matthew always goes off whenever we play in Louisiana. So I'm pretty sure a good contingent of his family was there too. So
big facts. There's just something about him in Louisiana.
Yeah. Just the energy just takes an increase, I think. Somehow, some way. We had CC with 14 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 assist, and Keon with 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals.
Wow.
Player of the game for me, Matthew, all the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to deny Matthew the player of the game on that one. Yet again, he, like Jacqueline said, 100%. There's just something about him in Louisiana where he just plays. Not saying he doesn't play his best any other place, but like there's just something special about when he's home in his home state and in front of his family that he just plays. He's just a different animal. And I mean, he had 4 personal fouls, so he was like really digging in. And I was worried that he was going to foul out there close to the end because, again, he was playing so hard. And this was a really heavily contested game. It was very back and forth. I mean, the score changed 3 times. The score was tied 3 times. The lead was changed 4 times. So, I mean, it was a very close game for the majority of the game. There was never a point in time where we had a lead that I felt comfortable with. And so Matthew, Jacqueline calls her Matthew Elizabeth, but it's Kyle Matthew played amazing. So yeah, definitely player of the game. For sure.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. Okay. So feats of strength. Let's start. Obviously, CC and Keon, both with 14 points apiece, does help.
Oh, yeah. And those 7 rebounds from Keon, he is always putting up impressive stats on the rebounds, especially for his position.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, Nana had 7 rebounds as well. I do think that it's really interesting to watch the change in the style and dynamic of play whenever as we're subbing in the big 3. You got Nana, you got Jelani, and you got Tierno. It's interesting to see the totally different playing styles of each of those 3, good and bad. And so, but I do think that the 3 are, some may be out there longer than others, but we'll get to that in a second. But I do think that having at least the 3 guys to give people breaks, I think is nice. That is a plus, especially with Clayton still being out is the main thing. Which I do hate that he's still out. Nana almost had double-digit points. He was at 9, so he was close. And he did hit a 3-pointer, which was fun. I always love when Nana can get a 3-point in there. But yeah, Matt hitting 5. Miles had a 3. Nana had a 3. So that was nice. I mean, still not obviously 3-point percentage wasn't like outstanding, but it wasn't as bad as we've seen it before.
No, honestly, I would be okay, happy with a 30% from 3-point line. Any regular.
I'll take it, considering how bad it has been. I'll take it all day and night. Let's see. Kiana's really started to groove into the last 6 to 7 games. Totally. Absolutely. Keon has been a missing link. He was a missing link early in the season, and now that he's been in there and he's been, running point, it's been a completely different ball game, honestly. And now it's just, and we were talking about this morning with our basketball boys. I call them our basketball boys. It's just Tony just totally coaches so differently than Kyle ever did. And I think that this team specifically just reacts and listens better with Tony. And it's obvious because look at how we've been playing, and it's no offense to Kyle, but like this team just plays and meshes and is molded better with Tony's style of coaching. And it's obvious. Yeah.
Definitely. The fact that we only had 9 fouls as a team and Matthew had 4 of them is so wild. I can't believe that I mean, that means that hardly anyone else fouled at all. Like that's so unusual.
I've never seen those type of numbers before in terms of fouls and statistics for us. Like, I honestly think, like, I'm going to see if I can look back. Just for context, let me give you some context here. The Corpus Christi A&M game, we had 18 fouls. At the New Orleans game, 20. Lamar, 17. East Texas A&M, when we played them the first time, 14 fouls. I mean, the past two games, the UTRGV and Northwestern State, the fact that we had under 10 fouls is just wild. Absolutely insane. I mean, at one point in the season, we had a game where we committed 26 fouls, and that was the highest of the season, and that was at Arkansas State.
Yeah, we're usually easily in the 15 to 20 range on fouls.
Yeah. I mean, the 6 at UTRGV was our absolute lowest, and then that Arkansas State game was our highest. Yeah, we're definitely, like Jacqueline said, somewhere in between. I mean, we've had a 12, we've had an 11, but I would say average, 15 to 20 for sure. So insane having that many fouls. I have no words, honestly, for that. No words.
Yeah. Points in the paint were very nice as well.
Points in the paint were great. 38, almost at 40. Let's see here. How much did they have? They only had 26. So that's good. We also beat them on fast break points, and that was it. The other ones they led in just by a little bit, and we tied on bench points. Also no technical fouls.
Didn't we have more rebounds than them, or no?
Northwestern had 39. We had 36, so they beat us by a couple there. But again, the thing I'm probably the most surprised about, considering how physical this game was the fact that there were no technicals. Honestly, I feel like every time we play them, there's at least one technical in the game. It's just a heavily aggressive game every single time.
Yeah,
they're a rival, and that's just facts. So yeah. Okay. Any more high points?
I'm sure I do. Hold on. My computer's being crazy for a second. I don't know
why. Dom was in there for never mind. I'll wait on that
one. I was happy with our field goal percentage. I feel like that's the highest it's been in a while. Or close to the top. No, field goal, 47.
Oh, field goal. I'm sorry.
The free throw was all right too, though.
Free throws weren't bad. Yeah, 47.4. Let me see. I mean, yeah, it's not our highest, but I mean, it's about right with what we have been doing. It's right along what we have been doing for the past 6 or 7 games. So, I mean, UTRGV was 46.4. A&M Corpus Christi was 44. New Orleans was 43, almost 44. So yeah, it's about right. So yeah. And then the next game we're talking about, it was even higher. So rock on there. Okay. Anything else?
I'm sure once my computer catches up of me trying to refresh the stats page, I'll have more. But as of right now, I can't think of any more.
Okay. The last one, no, yeah, you're good. The last one I want to say is, so my mom made Valentine's Day popcorn for the guys and gave it to us to take to them to distribute. And she wanted me to remind her that the guys enjoyed their popcorn except for Matt, because Matt doesn't eat popcorn. So we're very sorry, Matt. We did not know that you didn't eat popcorn. But he still appreciated the gesture. So yeah, it was really sweet. She took the time and effort to, go buy popcorn and put cute little bows around it, put little cute stickers on it. So, and she really loved doing that. So I'm glad that we were able to make her day with that. So
Yeah, I think the guy that works too. And I'll say for my last feat of strength. So Alex and I and Laura stood out by the bus after the game to give all the guys hugs and high fives and whatnot on their way home, and give them the popcorn from Tess and all that. And probably almost every single manager they have came up to Alex and I and said, thanks for coming out, thanks for supporting us, and like chit chatted and said that. And like we've said, we don't need any kind of recognition or anything for doing the podcast, but it's nice to we do it because we want to. So it's nice to know that they appreciate it and like us being there. So,
and because of that, they got the rest of the popcorn. So I hope they enjoyed it. Yeah, and we appreciate them. Even said whenever I handed them popcorn and all of this, the rest of it is for you, the hardest working managers in the league. Because I mean, those guys, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they get plenty of love and appreciation from the guys and from the staff. But like, being a manager for a D1 team isn't easy. Like, you're gone a lot. You're, not only are you working on your classwork, but you're also like having to help with everything else. And so, I mean, you're basically a student athlete without being an athlete. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. They're putting in all the hours that the players are without any of the glory or credit.
Right.
And, luckily we've said it a million times, we have such a great group of players this year. So I'm sure it's a little different, but there can definitely be teams and players where being a manager is just a very thankless job, and some of those players might not be the most gracious or thankful for what you do. I don't think that's the case with our guys, but it can be difficult. So
yeah, I agree. Okay,
I'm caught up. Let me see if I had any other feats of strength. Let's see. Also, Matthew led in the assist column, just FYI, with those 4 assists.
He did, didn't he?
The next person down was Dom with 3. Dom put in 29 minutes this game and didn't score any, unfortunately, but 3 assists and a rebound. So he was putting in some nice team effort.
I know. That's why I stopped myself, because I was going to mention that during grievances.
So yeah, you can cover the flip side of that on the grievances.
I will. Oh yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. No, you're gonna hear about it.
Okay. So I'm just gonna start off with that, since we ended with that. I'm just shooketh. I don't even know if I'm angry or just like shocked that Dom played for 29 minutes, the most out of the bench, and scored no points at all. Like, he attempted 3 3-pointers. He had the 1 rebound and the 3 assists, which was great. But he played for 29 minutes, and also he missed 4 field goals. Like, I don't think I've ever seen numbers like that from Dom. And I was just like, I'm confused, I think, more so than like angry.
It was surprising.
And the other one too Keith played for 9 minutes and didn't do much either. And I'm not, just a very interesting stat line from those two gentlemen. Not sure what that means. It probably means nothing, but I just confused, I guess, is the word I'm using.
Yeah, just wasn't their day, I suppose, for whatever
I guess,
reason.
yeah. And the only points that Miles had was the 1-3, which, I mean, I'll take it, but he played for 17 minutes.
I'm wondering if Miles is still kind of recovering from his second bout of flu-like illness.
Maybe, but I mean, I don't know.
And then not to spoiler alert, fast forward, but it seems that he kind of got hurt in the game Monday. So remember, he took that hard fall, and then I don't know that he played again.
I do remember he took a fall, but I don't remember him not coming back in. I guess I'd have to look at the.
If he did, it was very sparingly. And I meant to message his mom and ask her, and I forgot. So I'll have to check in.
God bless America. Okay. Here we are. It's fine. I think other than the fact that we had I mean, I don't have many grievances. Like the ones I mentioned were the main ones. I mean, I guess it's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. How do I say this without being a dick? Like, I have a love-hate relationship with Tierno. A love-hate. There are moments when I really, like, his style, I see good in his style of play in terms of, like, he has a lot of upside. Like, if he's just molded and crafted, you know what I mean? Like Nana when I feel like he's like Nana when he first came. Like he's very much like just wild and sporadic and like hasn't been like, you know, really truly taught how to be down there in the paint. You know, I don't know. Like
it's quite a roller coaster. I get what you're saying. It's a roller coaster of emotions.
It is because, and then there are moments I'm like, what the hell is he doing down there? He looks like a confused giraffe just out of the womb and flailing like he doesn't know what way's up and which way's down. Like,
yeah,
and I'm trying to be positive about, but like I feel like that I see more than like the good stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, he had 5 points, great. He attempted a 3, didn't make it, but I know that he can hit them. He's done it before, not often, but he can do it. He made 50% of his 3 throws, which it was only 2. And he had 4 rebounds. But babe, like, you're the tallest dude out there. You should have way more than, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's an enigma. I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah, no, I could not agree more. I think probably my only grievance with the actual game from Saturday was the fact that there was a point where I felt like Tony needed to sub him out with anyone else on the bench because
literally anyone.
It only shows 1 turnover on the stat sheet, but there were multiple
there's no way
consecutive possessions where either an easy rebound was missed or he turned it over or something. So like I said, everybody just has their days. It wasn't really Dom or Keith State either, but I felt like it was kind of obvious at one point that it wasn't his day and nothing was going the way it should have. And I felt like the sub was a little slow on that one, but
yeah, I agree.
I'll let that be my only grievance.
Same. I will agree with that. I will add, I wished our second chance points were a little bit higher, but I'll let that slide. I think we had a lot of missed opportunities there. You know what I mean?
A double digit would be nice on that one, but
yeah, I feel like there were a lot of opportunities that we did miss on the rebound. I mean, we did get out rebounded by 3. Not saying that that's a huge number, but I do feel like a lot of the offensive rebounds were missed. Also, my God, Addison Patterson. So tired of hearing his name on Saturday at that game. But he's a good player. I mean, he was 4 for 5 from the from the 3-point line. He knows what he's doing, you know. He had 23 points. He had something in every single category. He had a double-double.
Yeah.
Makes
me dislike him more, I think.
Yeah, I know. But he's good. We should throw some NIL money at him. I know. I feel like that's just going to be like every time I go against a really good guy, I'm just going to be like, let's throw some NIL money at that guy. Get him. Instead of like cheering against him, let's cheer for him.
It's like the one time we've done that, or the 2 times I guess we've done that and stolen someone from another team we played, Frank and Jelani. It worked out wonderfully for us. So I feel like we're just like testing fate. If we try it again, we're going to end up with somebody we hate, you know?
Oh, I know. That's true. I know. We lucked out with Jelani and Frank. But
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got
you. That was a 180 for sure, and couldn't.
Especially with Frank. Jelani, not so much, because obviously California Baptist just didn't play him at all, which they were losing out and missing out on such a great player. And so I really didn't have a negative opinion towards him. But Frank, my God, we were pissed.
I couldn't have made a bigger turnaround.
And now I can't live without Frank. He is my sweet baby boy, and he always responds anytime we message him. And
yeah, I know he keeps popping up on my Instagram stories, and I think about how much I miss him.
I know. Hope he's doing well. I know he's doing well. Anyway,
yeah.
Okay. One word to describe this, I would just say payback, just because, they beat us last time we played them. So I figured it was time for some payback in the airplane hangar, as Jacqueline calls it. And it was just sweet as pie beating them on Mike McConaughey court dedication night. So payback. Plus they beat us.
Gonna be
OT last time too.
Maybe bail. We bailed ourselves out of almost having a loss, and I didn't have to call Sean Hightower to post bail for me.
Good point. Good point.
There'll be
my mom would like to announce that yes, she still talks to Frank. Yes, that is very true. She does. Okay.
Love that. I'm sure he loves that too.
He does. All right, moving on to game number 2. Let's keep it rolling.
All righty. This game was from Monday of this week, February 17th. At literally, this is what it says on the game information as the name, Fieldhouse.
Seriously?
Yes. Yeah. 2 words, capitalized, field house. That's what it says on the game info in Commerce, Texas. When I was listening to the game cast of Rob, like I always do on away games, he said,
interesting.
Well, whenever I walked in the building, they said, "Welcome to the barn," and that's fitting.
So interesting. So should they name it the barn? I mean, it's better than the field house.
Yeah, it'd be a better name than just field house, in my opinion. But
I mean, yeah, that anyway, okay.
Weird, yeah. So our matchup history with East Texas A&M, formerly known as Texas A&M Commerce before this game, was 19 wins and 11 losses. Our largest margin of victory was 40 points, 86-46 in 1985. The smallest margin of victory by 2 points, 78-76 in 1983, was tied this game because we also won by just 2 points.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Standings.
Yeah, time for standings. So I have wonderful news, everyone. Guess what? We are in sole possession of 8th place, which means as long as we continue on this hot streak, knock on all the wood, as long as we continue in this path, we will make it to the damn conference championships, because we are in sole possession of 8th place at 7-9. I mean,
tournament. I wouldn't jinx us with the word conference championship. Conference tournament.
You know what I mean? Yeah, conference tournament. Like, it's been a whirlwind roller coaster of a season, and the fact that I can even say that is a miracle. Music to our ears. I don't know. But yeah, we still have some really hard games to get through before we can, raise the banner and throw out the confetti. Not saying that that's, anyway, we still have to get through McNeese. We still have to play them.
Nichols.
Yep. We still have, let's see, looking at the rest of our schedule. So currently, obviously, we are at the tail end of the season here. We have UIW, who is currently number 1, 2, let's see, we're at 8, 9. They're at 10th in the league at 6-10. We have HCU, which they are currently right above us in 7th. So that's a big game on Monday night, which Jacqueline, I was going to talk to you about maybe going to that, if possible. Okay, then we also have, like Jacqueline said, Nichols and then McNeese. So, which both of those teams are above us as well in the standings. So the last 3 games of the year are crucial. I mean, all of them are crucial. All of them are crucial. But McNeese is still at the top of the pack in 15-1. Lamar 12-4. Southeastern 11-5. A&M Corpus Christi 10-6. Nichols is also 10-6, so they're tied there for 4th. But with A&M Corpus Christi having a smidgen of a lead at overall, and then Northwestern State at 8-8. HCU is at 8-8 as well, so technically they're tied, but actually HCU should be above them because they have more. Oh, but they have more points. Never mind. Just forget I said that. And then of course us at sole possession of 8th at 7-9. Then UTRGV and UIW at 6-10. New Orleans at 2-14, and East Texas A&M 1-15, which brings us to the East Texas A&M game.
All right, go. General game notes. Starters, same lineup. Keon, Matt, CC Miles, Jelani. We did win, like I said, by 2 points, 76-74. When I was watching it on TV, I said there's about 50 people in the building. The attendance was 488.
Lies. There ain't no way.
Sean Kennedy stat field goal percentage, we had 51.9%. 3-point percentage was even higher at 53.3%. Free throw kind of went back in the garbage, 58.3%. Points in the paint, we had 36 points off turnovers, 22 second chance points, 15 fast break points, 13 bench points, 23. We had a total of 37 rebounds, 12 offensive and 25 defensive. I do like to see the double digits on the offensive boards, so that was nice. Back in our comfort zone of 19 fouls.
I almost said something when we were going through all the fouls. I'm like, yeah, this is all well and good right now, the single digits, but just wait till we.
It ain't gonna last, fam.
It ain't gonna last.
Also, back up high on the turnovers with 18. They only had 13. We had 9 steals and 7 blocks. Our game leaders, and I listed out a couple of them because some of them were higher in other categories than just points. Matt, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Keon with 16 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. Keith, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. And CC with very near to a double-double, 7 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal.
I like it. So player of the game. Let's see. I'm going to go with I mean, obviously the obvious answer is Matt, but
honestly, this one I could easily give to Keon as well, because he way up there in double-digit points, almost 10 rebounds, something in every category, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 block.
No, and you know what? No, I'm sorry. I'm giving it to Matt because he had something in every category minus the blocks. And I'll tell you why I'm not going to give it to Keon when we get to the grievances. And you already know what I'm going to say. Yep. So, I'm giving it to Matt this time with a special mention to CC with those 11 rebounds.
Yeah.
Honestly. Honorable mention to CC, Krishan, Christmas baby, with bringing home 11 rebounds. That's beautiful. Love to see it. He was he was close to a double-double. He had 7 points. I mean, and he had something in every category minus blocks. And he only had 1 personal foul. Like, CC was playing really well.
Yeah.
Especially on defense. So, yeah. Matt for play of the game for me, and I know you agree.
I do.
Matthew Elizabeth. Yeah. Okay. Rolling right into the feats of strength. Obviously, Matt playing lights out once again. It's going to be a sad day in Lumberjack land when Matt is graduated and gone. Because, man, oh, man.
I want to think about it.
He's Mr. Consistent. Like, that's, if I had a nickname for him other than what you always call him, like, he's Mr. Consistent for me. Like, every game.
Yeah, I agree.
Just wild to me, man. Also, special mention to Keith. You know what? I went back and this because I'm a nerd, and I pulled up the stats from the last time we played East Texas A&M. And Keith scored 11 points. He scored 10 points this time. So very consistent there. I mean, his stats were, I'm not going to say almost the same. I mean, they were pretty close.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to give him a shout out this game because let's say when the game started, it seemed that it was not Keith's best day. It started a little rough.
Yeah.
And our group text is popping off, and I'm like, no, he's gonna get it together. Like, let's wait a minute. And lo and behold, he righted the ship and got back on board with a bunch of consecutive possessions where he made some type of big play or scored or got a steal or something. And he really turned it around and ended up with some good numbers there. So happy to see that.
I know. I just want to say, like, I guess I don't remember last time we played them that they played us this hard, but I guess they did because, man, it felt like on Monday night that we just were seeing a whole different, like, East Texas A&M team. Like, they were playing us really hard on defense and, like, causing a lot of turnovers. I mean, we had 18 turnovers this time. Last time we had 11. You know what I mean? I feel like they were really, really after us with these turnovers this time.
Yeah, they were. And I will say, because this will segue into something we both say later, but
we had more personal fouls this time too.
They were double teaming Keon most of the game.
Yeah. Which also probably attributes to the grievance that I have. So, yeah. Which we both have. I'm sure we both have it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, this game I just felt like was like we left Commerce with, like, by the skin of our chinny chin chin. You know what I mean? Like, we scooped out of there with a 2-point victory, which was a nail biter. And again, you don't expect that from a team that's on a red hot streak playing the worst team in the league. You know what I mean? And so yet again, like, that was a nerve-wracking game. I'll tell you that for sure. I want to give a special shout out to the Thomas and Mazzy family for being there on the court and being the villains of the night. They were so we know them from obviously the podcast and from SFA alumni events and things like that. And so this family, I just got to tell you, this is like my dream. If I ever get married into a family, I hope that they are this close in terms of, like, Brian, you're watching. It was fun. I didn't make any friends. Okay, I'm giving you your flowers. Literally.
Love it.
This family gives me so much joy because they're sitting on the court, all 4 of them, you know, Mom, Angela, like Bree, Cody, and, like, they're sitting there in their purple and they're cheering and they're loud, and Brian was all over everybody. And legitimately, like, the fact that they all do all this stuff together and like they come to the games together and they do all these things together. I love this so much. Like, I love it so much. It makes me.
You were down there doing the Lord's work on Monday.
Literally doing the Lord's work. And like, I don't know how many SFA people were there, because I mean, I know it's not that far from Dallas, and like, it's still East Texas, and like, I didn't know how many people we were going to try to go, and it's hard on a Monday. And so anyway, and my Monday was insane, and so I'm hoping that we can try and make it to the HCU game, because my next Monday will be less crazy, but we'll see. But I love them, man. I love how the fire and passion they have, and that's like my biggest feat of strength, was the fact that if we had to have anybody there to cheer on our guys and like give them support, I'm glad it was them, because I know that they were gonna ride or die. We love you as well. Back to you. Like, they will ride or die for the Lumberjacks, and I love that. I love that so much. And so shout out to them for being the bane of East Texas A&M's existence. So that's my biggest feat of strength, is that we had them down there. Anyway. Okay.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. Anything else? Moving on. I don't know, I was looking at stats one more time. Let's see here. Dom scored some points this time, which makes me happy. He hit a 3. He was 3 of 6 from the field goal. He had 2 assists, which again, love to see that. So that was good. Let's see here.
I'm honestly happy with mostly everything on this game. The field goal percentage, almost 52%. The 3-point being even higher at 53. We had 36 points in the paint, so almost 40. I'm happy with that.
Looking back at the last time we played them, our 3-point percentage was 54.5. We had 28 bench points. How did that? I was close. We had 23. I mean, so it was a pretty, again, almost even match. The biggest difference, well, and I'll get that. I'll get there when we get there.
We out rebounded them by 7, 37 to 30.
Yes. Good. Love that. Okay.
That's probably,
yeah. Okay. All right.
Thomas. The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
All right. First thing out of the gate. And you know how much we love Keon. He's been a great addition at the point. Loved it. But the 11 turnovers from him this night, unacceptable. Unacceptable. He had the majority of our
having one player have more turnovers in one game than the entire team did the previous game is upsetting, because I think it was the game before we only had 9 turnovers.
Let's just put this into context.
Anyway, a few games.
The last time we played them, we only had 11 turnovers. So,
but like 2 games ago, we only had 9. So
no, I know, but I'm saying the last time we played them as a team as a whole, we had 11 turnovers, and Keon had 11 total just himself.
Yeah. So here's my thought process on that, just so everyone knows. We 1000% are not saying, oh, he's not a good player.
Nope,
like that is not even the point at all. Here's the point. Number one, like I said, we know he was being double teamed most of the game.
Yes, he was.
Those numbers are no reflection on his ability as a point guard.
Correct.
None whatsoever. It just, number one, I hate seeing and not even just for the general purpose of it, but for that player too, because that sucks for them to see numbers of turnovers for one player that is more than it was for the entire team, like 2 games prior. Yeah. But it's, like I said, it's no reflection on him as a player. It's just a sign that we need to redirect and do something different. which is what I touched on a few games ago.
Yeah.
If you could have freaking Michael Jordan out there, and if they're playing a box and one and double teaming and all this stuff, like there's just only so much that player can do. It's not a reflection on that player, but knowing that we need to refocus and not have that. And like I said, I'm not putting it on him. It might be a coaching call. We don't need to have that person repeatedly trying to drive into the lane and put the team on their back themselves when they're at an extreme disadvantage because the other team is literally scouted us perfectly and is trying to shut that down. We gotta redirect and do something else. So that's my grievance is not on Keon. It's just the overall, like, they scouted us. I'll give them their flowers. They scouted us wonderfully. They're like, hey, shut down this player, and that's going to be their Achilles heel. Like, it's a reflection of how good he is, not that he's not good. But if that's the case and they have our number, like, we got to do something different.
100%. No, I completely agree with that. I think that's why I'm the most frustrated with that stat is because of that reason. Like, got to do something different, got to change it up. I mean, I think that's probably the worst single like turnover stat of the season in terms of like single player. That's what I'm saying. So like that, it's very rare. It's not typical. It's not typical of Keon either. And so the fact that he was getting double teamed and the fact that, you know, there was the other things happening, like that should be a moment where as coaches, you're like, okay, he's getting double teamed. We gotta try something different. We gotta do a different play, do a different call, switch things up.
Yeah, because I don't want that put on him.
No, I don't want that for Keon. I don't want that resting on his shoulders. I mean, the fact that he almost had the same amount of turnovers as he had points, that's not the double-double you want. Let's just say that. That's not the double-double you want. So I feel for him. I hope he doesn't take that to heart. We're not saying this so that he, you know, not like he listens to us or anything, but we're not saying this to make him feel worse. I'm just saying that stat is unacceptable, and I'm sure he knows that. And we got to do something in terms of if he's getting double teamed, we got to try something else. We got to figure something else out. And whether or not it's being called from the bench or Keon just says, okay, listen, I'm getting double teamed. We got to change something up. You know?
And I will say, as last caveat and point to that, Keenan is still currently injured. So I'm sure once we have a healthy other point guard to sub in there, that may have just been, we didn't have the resources to do much else.
It's a really good point. I'm glad you brought that up. Because, yeah, I mean, we still have Keenan on the bench. We still have Clayton on the bench. And that also brings me to my other biggest grievance is Tierno having a technical. Played for 8 minutes. Got a technical.
It wasn't even when he was playing, though.
I know. That's the worst part.
This was the best part.
It was a bench tech. What are we doing?
This is the best part about all this. Watching on TV, we're like, no idea what happened to cause the tech. It's just all of a sudden they're shooting, and it's clear that we got a tech. But nothing visible on the court that would have explained that. So as usual, like I say, I was listening to Rob, and he literally says like, no explanation for the tech, not sure what happened, but we just got a tech. I don't know. And then we literally come back because all of us in our group text are like, I mean, Tierno would be my first guess, but it's not on the floor, so I don't know what happened.
Well, and their announcer said, "Oh, it was a bench tech,"
and then I'm there. So then Rob says, "Okay, apparently it was a tech from the bench," and then he gets clarification, and he literally says verbatim, "Well, take a pick on who you think it would be from the bench." He would say something, Tierno, and we're like, "Yeah, we guessed that one."
Yeah, like as soon as the announcer on the East Texas A&M side, which that's another grievance for me, by the way, I'll get there in a second. As soon as the announcer said, "Oh, it was a bench tech," and I realized who's sitting on the bench, I'm like, I mean, it's got to be Tierno. And
Take
then as soon
that
as
to
I
me,
said Tierno, I was like, son of a bitch. I mean, come on, man. Like, it's one thing if you're getting a tech on the court. I don't like it, but at least you're on the court playing.
To me, that this is my true crime lingo. At least if you're on the court, it's a crime of passion. Like you're in the moment.
You're in the moment.
You're on the bench, like, come on, man.
Babe, come on.
You thought that one out for a minute.
Like, it takes zero effort to just zip your lip when you're on the bench. Like, yeah. And the fact that Jacqueline and I sat on the court at the last game, Northwestern, and we didn't get a tech should be shocking for everyone, because Jacqueline was standing up yelling at the refs as they ran by, and
I wanted to. I wanted to do more. I mean, I was.
We wanted to do more, but we knew that we didn't want to be the reason that we got a tech.
Oh yeah, no. I'd rather any fate worse than the other team getting some free throws because of me acting up.
100%. Like, if it would have been because of us, I would have walked out. But like,
I'd be too embarrassed to come back to a game ever again.
That's
but
the thing. Like, I'm out. I'm done. So sorry. I'm hanging up my hat. I'm done.
Podcast is canceled.
Canceled due to too much hustle. Anyway, so I think those are my main two grievances, other than the freaking announcers on the East Texas A&M side. Not good. Butchering names. They called Tony Jasic like 85 times. Which easy mistake on that one, but still you could have got pronunciation on that one.
I mean, we're in the same conference. It's not like this is a team you're playing once. Figure it out.
And my thing is like, how do I say this without being an asshole? I've said this multiple times today. Like, how do I say this without being a total dick? What kind of vetting process do they do with these announcers? Like, you know,
I mean, we could recount a few of the ones we've had and ask the same question.
They were so boring. Thank you, Mom.
So,
Mom, I have many questions on vetting process for announcers, because we've had some even on our end and in the past that were.
I can name 3 right off the top of my head.
I know you could. Dog shit. Absolute dog shit. I'm just going to say it. And I'm just like, what are we doing? Are you just picking someone like off the side of the road that's like, hey, you have like a minuscule amount of knowledge about sports in general. Let's put you on the ESPN fucking thread and just let you go. No. There's a reason why Jacqueline and I don't do this on ESPN, is because I would get canceled and thrown off after one day because I love the F-bomb. So I know my limits. I know that this is about as far as Alex will go in sports broadcasting, because I have a potty mouth. So,
well, that's why I listen to Rob on the Q107 app. But I am glad that you still listen to them so that I can hear the stories.
And that's why I'm glad we have a good, like, we didn't even have to like plan this. So like, you listen to Rob and I listen to the dumb. I just put it through myself and I listen to the a-holes on the broadcast, because we want to get both sides, you know. Yeah. So, as opposed to the last game at Northwestern, I love their announcer from Northwestern. He's been there for a really, really long time. It's been the same guy. It's kind of like Rob it's like Rob's version at Northwestern. He's unbiased. He's very knowledgeable. He's actually entertaining. And he knows what he's talking about. Like, it's just a good broadcast, right? And he knows how to pronounce everybody's names. He knows what he's doing. But then you get like the complete opposite in terms of everything I just said for the East Texas A&M guy. And I'm like, who are these schmucks? It's just bad. It's just bad. Anyway, I don't want to. Anyway, that's my grievance. Like, it's just so annoying. I'm like, can we not get some people who have some some excitement. We get some people who are, have active voice, not passive voice. Some people who, A, know how to pronounce names, and B, know basketball. Like,
just bare tenets of what
I don't ask for much. I'm not saying I'm like a basketball savant, but like, get some people on here who know, X's and O's, and that can actually give us something to like listen to, and it sounds fun. It sounds good. Even if you don't know basketball that well, at least like pretend to know what you're doing and have a good broadcasting voice. That is all. Anyway. So, anything else? After I just went off. Let's see here. I'm good. I'm good.
The free throws were shit. I wasn't happy with that.
Yeah. Let me look at when we played them last time. Yeah, we had our free throws were way better last time. I had 75% last time. Big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference. Yeah, not great. Not great at all. But hey, what are you gonna do? As I always say, a dub's a dub's a dub, even if it's an ugly one.
Yeah.
All right, one word to describe this entire game.
Capital WHEW. Whew.
I love that.
Barely.
Barely. I'm gonna say what's the little acronym you always put on the text messages? Thank you, sweet baby G, or whatever.
TYSBJ.
That one.
Yeah.
That one. What is it? Thank you.
Thank you, sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah, that's my word.
Yep.
That's my word. Yeah, is that acronym. We snuck out of there with that 2-point win, and it was a hard-fought win, and it shouldn't have been, but we still won. So
we made it out of the barn with a dub.
And Rob made it out of the barn with all of his faculties. Oh my God. Okay, so coming up, we have game this weekend in San Antonio, correct? We're playing UIW, right? Tomorrow?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're playing UIW tomorrow in San Antonio. Obviously, like I said, the last games of this year, all of them are important. All of them are crucial. We've got to keep this winning streak going. The game is at 5 o'clock on Saturday on ESPN+. And then we have, of course, Houston Christian HCU in Houston on Monday, February 24th at 7 p.m. Also, of course, like I said, crucial game. Then we have the last two games are at home. We have Nichols on March 1st, Saturday at 5 in the Sawmill on ESPN+. Actually, it doesn't have ESPN Plus by it, but I'm sure it'll be on ESPN Plus. I would be shocked if it's not. And then the last game of the year at home in the Sawmill, March 3rd, Monday night, 6 p.m. against McNeese, and it's on ESPNU. So we really, 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 really need people in the stands. Really. It's on ESPNU. I do not want to be embarrassed on national television.
Same.
I mean, if we even make it a game, I'll be happy. I mean, McNeese is I have to give them they're so good. They're good. Obviously, but the team that we have right now playing is a completely different team when we last played McNeese. I feel like that we have our shit together more. We are more cohesive. We are playing for the right reasons. We're playing inspired basketball right now under Tony, and I feel like it's a completely different vibe going into these games than it was the first time around. So I have a lot more faith. I'm still going to be realistic with it, but if you're here, please, if you're nearby, please call into work sick on Tuesday and come to the Jacks. I mean, it's at 6 o'clock, so I mean, we'll be done by 8, so you could still drive home at a semi-decent hour. So, Brian, if you're listening, rally the troops. If you're still listening, Brian, rally the troops. Get all of your fraternity brothers, rally the troops. Please come to that game. If you can't come to any of the others at home, please come to that one. I beg of you. I'm begging everyone. Please come to this game. Please.
And if any of y'all make the trip to San Antonio on Saturday, it is a double header. So if you want to get there at 1, you can watch the ladies, and then the guys play at 5.
That's actually
in between. You can make it a little day trip, go down to the Riverwalk, get some delicious food.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes, please do that if you can. And yeah, Jacqueline and I are going to talk in this for a second after we log off here and see if we can make that Monday game to HCU. Wait, you'll be out of the country.
Where are you going? I need details.
Beesh. Well, send the rest of your family, unless the whole family is going to be out of the country. Send the rest of the family to that game in your state.
About the trip.
Yeah, where the heck you going?
Where are we going? Can I fit in the suitcase?
You could definitely fit.
Along.
I could not. I mean, Jacqueline, I could fit you in my pocket. You're my sweet little baby girl. I hold you like a baby. And I have done that. Anyway, so yeah, really important games coming up here. Oh, he's going to Ecuador for work. Thumbs down.
No, that sounds so fun. Ecuador is on my list. I want all the details and all the notes if you get to do anything besides work stuff.
Which cool. I mean, I guess if I had to go out of the country for work, it's better than some of the other places you could go, I guess. Cool. All right. So a couple last reminders here before we log off. Obviously, if you can attend any of the games, please wear purple, be loud, and cheer on the Jacks and the Lady Jacks. Also, go check out our store. Jacqueline's wearing the sweatshirt we designed right now, the NAC sweatshirt. It has NAC in bright bold letters and then faded in the back, piney woods, pine trees.
There you go. You can see it. Designed by Alex, and I've told y'all before, these the company that we use now to make these designs is fabulous quality.
It is.
You can see that we got the different colored hoodie strings, which I think is so cute, and you can see the inside, see that brushed cotton, how soft that looks. I'm telling you, it's so comfy, it's so nice. It's not just like a stiff cheapo hoodie. It's nice.
Yeah, she wears it a lot. Like she definitely gets her money's worth on that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go check out our store. We have obviously new designs out there. And obviously there's designs for Nacogdoches stuff. There's designs for, I also threw a couple things on there for the brewery too. So go check out those merch items. Also, while you're online and on our website, go check out the Sawmill NIL Collective. Jacqueline has the hat on that we got from the Sawmill 6-man group. We love our basketball boys. Yeah, it's a no rivals hat. It's a bomb hat. We love our Sawmill guys. These are our basketball boys that we talk about all the time. And they're so good to us and so sweet. Man, they support us very heavily and we support them. We're just trying to bring awareness to the Sawmill NIL Collective and try to raise money for not only the basketball team, for the boys, but also for the girls and all the other sports at SFA. If you want to learn more about it, please, you can ask us. You can ask any of the Sawmill board, or you can go back and watch the multiple podcasts we've done specifically about Sawmill NIL Collective and the 6-man.
And check out the website because, like Alex said, you can contribute to. You can earmark your contribution for whatever sport you want to support, and they all need it. So whatever's your passion, whatever's your favorite, whatever you keep up with, or some of the athletes, you have your own personal connection. Pick that one and put your money towards them. Every little bit helps.
Every little bit. And I mean, if you're like, man, I don't have a ton of money in my budget, but I can spare $10, then great. $10 a month. If that's all you can spare, then that's awesome. And no one will ever make you feel bad about giving that amount. If you can spare more, even better. But yeah, so $10 a month, and that can honestly change anybody's life, in terms of that can mean gas money for one of the players. That can mean lunch for one of the guys or girls. I mean, it's really, this is how basketball and sport work now. NIL is not going away. And so this is how we want to recruit and retain good players. This is how we do it. So go check out the NIL Collective. And then last but not least, of course, go check out My Plates for an easy way to pimp out your ride. It's a great way to support SFA athletics as a whole. If you go on to www.myplates.com/lumberjacks, you can check out all the different options. You can get a 1-year, 3-year, 5-year plan. You can get a personalized plate like Jacqueline and I have our personalized podcast plates, or you can even just get a randomized number letter combination, background only. And again, it's budget friendly. So if you are like, I can't afford a whole $500 payment right now for a 5-year subscription, but you want to pay a little bit here and there, they have like different options. You can do a layaway option for later on in the year. If someone's birthday or anniversary is coming up later this year and you're like, I don't know what to get them, but they're a huge Lumberjack fan, you could totally perfect. This is the best gift. You can each do 1 year, and it's really not a long commitment for the 1 year, and it's not super expensive for the 1 year either. I know when I got them as a gift when I was in school, I was beyond excited when my parents got it for me for Christmas. So it's just a fun little gift you can do, and it helps support us in athletics. So again, just head on over to www.myplates.com/lumberjacks, and you can get a $50 rebate. So that helps too. So, all right, that's it. We're done. Cut. It's over. I'm happy we could do another double dub Friday. I love Jacqueline's little headline there. Mine was just, it's cold because I'm in my office and I'm freezing. I'm not normally in my office on Fridays, so the AC/HVAC is probably not turned on. So that's probably why I'm freezing.
Makes a difference.
I know, but it's okay. I have a heater. So anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. If you're in Nacogdoches this weekend, pop by Fredonia Brewery. Tomorrow we have our Mardi Gras celebration. So we'll have some really good music that Jacqueline has booked in the Old Town Brass Band. They're amazing. If you love like jazz, swing music, or just having fun and drinking beer, come on over and see us at the brewery tomorrow. We'll be having fun all day. So exciting. Yeah, that's it. We're done. Cut it.
Oh.
It's over. I'm just kidding. Have a great day. Have a good weekend. And as always, Axe and Jacks.
With Alex and